Clap your arms. We're a butterfly. We're a butterfly. We're a butterfly. Hi, I'm Lou and this is Lily Rowe. And here in the UK, the temperatures are starting to drop and it's getting a bit wet and wild out there. And so as far as school leaders, it can be quite handy to have a few kind of running around active games up your sleeve in case you need to warm up yourself and the group. And so we've got here 3 very simple game ideas that should be simple enough for little children, early years children to play, because they often suffer from the cold the most, and they're all designed to get you moving and to get you going, so hopefully they might help on a cold day like today. So the first game is called Minibeast Mime, at least that's what I call it. And I don't know where it's from. I can't remember where I got it from. I can't remember if I made it up even, but it's Minibeast Mime. And in terms of preparation, you don't really need anything other than yourself and the group, and perhaps an area where you can freely move easily without too many trip hazards. And basically the game in a nutshell is everyone's sort of meandering about, and you have a little meander. And then you shout out, the grown-up shouts out a number. So we could shout out 5. And then you shout out a mini beast. So spider. And so the number is the number of people in each group. So the group all have to get together into groups of 5. And then they have to, between them, enact a spider. So, you know, they have to work out between them who's going to be the legs and antennae, and then how to move cooperatively to be that spider. So, for example, should we play, Bubs? Should we play? Okay, I will shout out 2, because there are only 2 of us. We're going to have to go in a group together, Bubs, and we're going to be a snail. What do you reckon? They're going to be a snail, okay? I reckon you should be the shell, okay? So you get on my back, get on my back. Here we go. You get on my back. Here we go. Ready? You get on my back. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, and my antennae. Oh, he's being a snail. Hang on. Snails are flatter, Bubs. Snails are flatter. We're a snail. I can't move. Oh, it's good, Bubs. This is really good. Yeah, and so you see, it's also hilarious as well as involving movement. A few ways of changing the game, if you want to, is you can make it more challenging by saying that the groups can't talk, they can't use verbal language to communicate, so then they've got to work out other ways of communicating to become the mini beast. It also does this, you need to be aware of numbers for this one, of course, to make sure you've got equal groups, so sometimes you need the adults to play to make up the numbers, so that they divide by whatever the number is that you're shouting out. So yeah, that's Minibeast Mime. That's the first one. I always like to finish that game with whatever number the whole group is. So if there are 12 in the group, the number will be 12, and then millipede, because then you've got everybody all together in a nice long chain, walking along, and that's nice. That's how I usually finish that game. The second game is a game called Otter Steals Fish, and this is a game that I first came across in Coyote's Guide to Connecting with Nature, and it's an active game, and in terms of preparation you need just an area of flat ground can be useful, or at least a ground that hasn't got any trip hazards, and you need something to be a fish, so like a hat or a buff or a scarf or a handkerchief, whatever you've got to hand, something to be a fish. And so you have one person to be the heron, okay? And they're going to be in the middle of the circle, okay, Bubs? So we're going to be a heron. So the fish starts off at the heron's feet in the centre of the circle, okay? And the rest of the group are going to be hungry otters that are all around the periphery. And again, to make the game either easier or harder, you can set a distance of the circumference of the circle. And they're hungry otters. So they want to steal the fish off of the heron, okay, Bumps? But the heron, as you know, worked pretty hard to catch their fish. So they want to guard it. You know, we've got to guard the fish very carefully, like a heron. And so when you start the game, the otters will start creeping forwards and they'll try to catch the fish. But if the heron tags them, then they have to go back to the start of the circle. Or sometimes if you need to slow the otters down, if there's like a tree or something in a reasonable distance, you can say they have to go and touch the tree before they come back into the game. So Bubs, you try and be a hungry otter. Come and get. Are you very hungry? Right, here we go, right? Mummy's a heron, ready? You come and get this. Come and get this. I'm a heron. Yeah, come and get this. You're a hungry otter. Come on, come and get it. I've got the fish. Yeah, come and get it. You're not that hungry. You're not that hungry. Come and get the fish. Okay, you be the heron. You guard the hat, okay? Right, Mummy is the hungry otter. Okay, I'm coming to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Yay! So if I'm an otter and I get the fish, then I become the next heron to start the game. Or, we do it again, Bubs. This time you're going to tag me, okay, Bubs? Yeah, Bubs has got the fish. Ready? So I'm the otter. I'm coming to get your fish, Bubs. I'm coming to get your fish. I'm coming to get your fish. And you've got to tag me. You tag me. Oh! Then I've got to run back whoosh, to the edge of the circle and start again. I'm coming back. I can get it. I got it. Yeah. So then the third game we've got is a game that we're going to call Mice versus Squirrel. I don't know if it has a proper name. I don't know where it's come from. And I don't know where it's come from. But basically, it might be also known as the bucket game. So you have a bucket that is in the centre and you have something like bean bags or balls or even pine cones will work. And it could be a basket or it could even be a hoop in the centre, so whatever you've got to hand. Again, it's probably safest if you have a reasonably flat area without any trip hazards to play. And you have one squirrel, which usually is the grown-up, particularly with younger groups. The squirrel's the grown-up, and everybody else are mice. And so you start by you empty the bucket out across the playing field. And these bean bags or balls are tasty nuts, tasty treats that all the mice want to gather up because it's winter time and put in a cache, which is the bucket. So they're gathering their food and putting it in the bucket. But the cheeky squirrel is like, I want some of those nuts, and is going to go and raid the cache every so often. So the aim of the game for the mice, as in the children, is to gather one ball at a time and pop them into the bucket faster than the squirrel or the grown-up can empty the bucket and throw them out to the land. So it's kind of like a race between the mice and the squirrels. And if the mice get all the balls in the bucket, then the mice win. If the squirrel empties the bucket completely, squirrel wins. So of course, as the grown-up squirrel, you can adapt the distance you throw it, the number of nuts, and that sort of thing to make it appropriate for the age or the ability that you're working with. You can also mix it up a little bit by having more than one cache, more than one bucket. That makes it a lot harder for the squirrel because you have to run between buckets yourself to empty them, and the sneaky mice fill one up whilst you're busy emptying the other one. So it can get quite exciting, and it definitely warms you up running around backwards and forwards. So there you go. 3 very simple games to warm you up on a cold day at Forest School. Have you got any other simple game ideas to keep warm at Forest School? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can join us in the woods again next time. And thanks for watching. Games are great at keeping us warm, especially in winter storms. Keep it simple and move our bodies to keep us active next time we head to the trees.